Pumpkin cream cheese muffin. Nope, that is not for me. I do not like all that cream cheese. That's making me gag, actually. That is going off screen here. Peanut butter and jelly muffin.
You're still there. Okay. This is the first night. They said it should be easy the first night, so I'm only assuming one of them is gonna be wandering around, and it's just a creepy bunny guy. Happy.
I look good. Alright, let's open the rest of these packages. Yes! What a nice package it came in. Wow.
So you just
And because cooking pepper takes away a lot of its pungency. That's why people in fancy restaurants offer you some fresh pepper at the table. Just a few grains of salt go on the board. I'll tell you.
But it's so much deeper, because in this video that she uploads, you understand that without her, there probably would have never been.
This bread hates mustard because whenever you put mustard on it, it falls right off. So what's going on here is that this piece of bread was sprayed with a hydrophobic coating. This coating can be
50 megatons of TNT. A blinding flash of light illuminates the darkness of the trench for the first time in history. The heat of the explosion produces a...
But of course people did. What would you know, he's just a world-renowned smartphone enthusiast. And I don't think I've ever seen karma bite back faster. The comment section is filled with...
$5,000 because girls usually won't look at me without money in my hand, so I paid for it. You don't have this kind of money, I have this kind of money. So it's just bragging about your money to the children that watch you, which is...
Bored, or there's no shit on TV to watch, basically. My stepdad pretty much lets me do whatever I want. He's not really like working like a job right now. He's just sort of building our porch, but like that's enough. That's like as much work as a job.
Also comprised a myriad of clues and codes. For example, this page advised participants to seek out a website on the deep web, but the site remains undiscovered.
Go down in the ravine.
Dude, did you just die? Oh, you realize there's water. Oh, I didn't know that. I just saw you falling, spamming torches. I was like, what the heck?
And you're on the boat! He's on the fucking boat! I'm sorry, does that say 12-inch wide flex tape used on both inside and outside of the boat? Oh, see, you gotta make sure to use it both on the...
Eat it all. There is something really exciting about watching it just crush up everything. Okay, so it looks like as we feed the machine, it gives us points, which eventually get put towards coupons. Like
areas that we would otherwise never dare step foot in, and as they fly through the sky high above, they sometimes catch things that were never meant to be witnessed by the...
Worse, it didn't even do well. Keep in mind, we're talking about someone who has 15 million YouTube subscribers, and most of the clips on her show's channel don't even have 100,000.
My sponsorship and my merch. I'm sorry, Jay Aubrey, I gotta make that coin, but it's down there. But I'll just say my opinions really quick that also fall in line with a lot of what Jay Aubrey said. It doesn't seem like Lily put...
Of it being stainless steel, they've got no corrosion, it's got no damage on it or anything. The only thing I have changed in the tunnel, as I'd like to call it, is I have lacquered the walls and I've added 4 vents in.
Blah, 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 blah. I started getting super excited and decided today is the day I stop being a pussy and I make friends, so I stopped by and said hi. They looked at...
Do that on purpose! Yes! Let's go! We should start putting this on everything! Yes, everything! Put it on everything! Yeah! Everywhere! On everything! Yeah!
A 1060? It doesn't even have a 6-pin power connector on it. 1060 my ass. Wait, NVIDIA's 10 series doesn't even have VGA?
That hard to do. All we do is reorient one of those wrenches. We put the first one in like so, and then the second one at a 90-degree angle.
Jonah did it with us the other day. Jonah took his pants off, and like, for a second you're like, that's disgusting.
Right.
But then you think about it, we're technically all naked.
I think that the fluid tried to get a bit hard, but as often with those balloons, the things don't stay hard for necessary time.
This is the Volkswagen ID Buzz, and it's a van from Volkswagen. And that's a big deal because the original Volkswagen bus is one of the most...
The general reaction was about what you'd expect, and most of it was warranted. The event was a fucking disaster, and everyone could see it. Of course, he felt he needed to spend the next few months trying to prove...
Less than scientifically rigorous. So I came up with a more robust test procedure, built some NASA-grade hardware for the experiment, hopped on a plane, and then a speedboat, and soon enough, I was 20 miles...
Video about Troom Troom. I think it's been like 5 or 6 months. The last video I did about Troom Troom was called Trying Awful Troom Troom Pranks, and that video blew the hell up. I think it's got like 6...
Very emphatic commenters that this is not real ratatouille. This is something called confit bialdi, which is sort of like a modern spin on ratatouille. So we're going to start off by blanching some tomatoes for about 30 seconds.
Time ever, concrete leads as to where to look. But what did these cryptic clues mean? In the moment, the best I could do was this. Is it possible that FNAF 2?
We have fallen off, taken L's, and been ratioed, but we get back up. Strong nations don't bow down to cancel culture. We stand proud. But
Caleb. So Caleb says that he has pretty much watched every single one of my videos, and he said he'd send in some origami, and he's got this little ninja star here, which is pretty cool. Do you guys remember when someone sent me like 100 of these?
McBooty comes in and gets on the exercise bike in front of you. And then after 5 minutes, she looks back and says, "Wow, I'm so sweaty already. If only there were a way to get the same workout at home writing something out."
Could take it home, but these are bad for you, man. It's a disgusting habit. Goodbye, Mango Jewel Pod, which they don't make anymore. I'll call this guy Blinky.
For the idea for the Roomba that screams when it bumps into things, I thought, oh, that's an interesting concept. I'll put that away. I might do that later. This is not that. This is me getting you motherfuckers to stop commenting that.
Issue that affects us on a global scale. Weeaboos. For those of you who don't know what a weeaboo is, A non-Japanese person who basically denounces their own culture and calls themselves Japanese.
Digital camera, the Game Boy printer, and printer paper. How do I take a picture though? Oh, there, wow, that is the viewfinder. Holy.
Another life changed and saved! You're welcome, world! Everybody, come to my ER. We're gonna fix all of your necks. Okay, on to the neck surgery. We're doing a surgery.
This is one of the dirtiest beaches in the entire world. And we're gonna pick up every single piece of trash on this beach, starting with this water bottle. One out of millions of pieces of
wasn't getting louder. Finally, we decided to creep back up the hill and see if we could spy where the sound was coming from. We could still move very quietly in the woods from the old days. I mean,
Plan is just to upload to a small or to a new channel or account and then just hope people find it and share it. The plan is already doomed. With how much good content there is competing for attention on the internet.
Were so preoccupied with whether they could explain it, they didn't stop to think if they, need to even, do it at all. Let's face it, if I wanted to create a water-based hoax,
are high. Immediately upon release, people began asking Bethesda for a refund. 76 is not on Steam, it's on Bethesda's own platform. So they have all.
Narrow tubes, where if the liquid is attracted to the walls of the tube, it will try to climb it. The same thing's occurring with the methanol and the very small pores in the jet.
By a lot, really. So these lads are a bit bigger than these, especially when packed up in their cases, but this is upwards of 40 hours battery from this guy. This guy's claiming.
The internet. It's not the origin of the story, but a key catalyst that transformed the game from obscure rumor to a widespread legend.
This is really well executed. I love how it feels.
It's time for egg delivery!
What?
Can you deliver 60 eggs?
I don't want to.
Too bad, it's mandatory. And if you run out of time...
Power lines. You can easily get killed. And believe me, nothing's worth touching a power line. When touching a power line, a few different things can happen. If you're wearing your plastic
Soft added a flare gun into the game that is so fundamentally broken, has a 50-50 chance to either do no damage at all or instant kill someone that walked within a 5 kilometer.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
EWE is you, Aaron.
EYE. Oh, my bad. Yeah, I was thinking of that.
Oh my god!
I would, whatever, man.
I actually have a learning disability. But I do it because I genuinely love every part of this shit. Subtitling kind of sucks, but everything else, I love baking the cake all by myself. That way I know.
Allow the community to speak for themselves. So thank you so much, and of course thank you to the DID community as well for trusting me to cover it.
I have very few words to say about Oreo O's, apart from the fact that I just don't see a reason why cereal needs to taste this good. It's fuck.
So while the unit may technically be able to move 8,000 BTUs per hour, thanks to the warm air it's drawing back in, as well as its own cold air it's blowing back out.
Every other current build that's decent at distance running recharges stamina by using the move Pant. This works great, but it does require the user to stop running. Sweat, on the other hand, works better while moving.
I would like to try out like 30 guns, but I don't want to dig up 30 bullets, so I have a few guns. I'm going to shoot down there and then go down there and see if I can...
I think so. It all went off. Goodness me. It's actually going in your head. Wait, where did the goggles go? I didn't put them on. You didn't put the goggles on?
A user by the name of Terry made a post asking people if they heard the eerie radio broadcast that went live on nearly every station in Louisiana. She claimed that she couldn't find
It's getting more complicated. Maybe because it's in the middle of the East. Knock knock, or clop clop. It's the people with the horses, and they made an empire, and then everyone else copied their horses. Greeks! Ah, look, it must be the Greeks.
The edge of space, which is basically just a marketing term, but the atmosphere is so thin up there, about 1% of the pressure at ground level, that it's close enough. Why garlic bread?
On your way to the next level, when you do fight, the fight is unique and specific to that area and the type of and amount of enemies. That said, there is one aspect of the combat that's not very good.
So, what are they really for? To find out, I'm visiting the largest collection of these balls anywhere on Earth at LA Reservoir.
300 programs of study, and it's proud to be home to 12 Nobel Prize winners. It is considered one of the finest research universities in the world. Recently, researchers...
work with Steam. But don't worry, I'm sure the Steam documentation is... What is this? Luckily for us though, Gary Newman behind Gmod has made another f***ing C#.
We'll cut around the cork and pull that out. Now you just want to cut down each side of the pentagonal walls, then pull it apart to get easy access to the alien pods. Looks like the pentagon...
For the low price of $90 US, if you ever wondered what the bones inside of your finger look like, I think this is it. Whose bones are these? Back on the topic of buying.
Fast enough to stop the rain, I'm going to do some very bad maths to figure out how fast I actually need to skip. So I looked up the average speed of a raindrop, which travels at around 10.
In those 2 weeks, who used hashtag clickbait challenge. There is one thing that you really shouldn't say, and that's something along the lines of, I'm not going to announce the winner.